We are live. Yes, we are live. Alright, so hi guys, it's Tasso here once again, and today we are on part 2 of Primordia. And it's really buffering, so this is gonna go great. So last time we started the game, we went through the wastelands or the dunes or whatever it's called. Playing as Horatio and Crispin, and then now we just got into Metropol, the city of glass and light, also they say. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this leads. So let us load. There we go. Yeah, so we are here. Let us.
Hey, Tyra, over here. Hey, Tyro, you blow in off the dunes?
The dunes.
Tyro?
Prefer a newbie, huh? Look, let me tell you how it is.
How about you don't? I've had enough of this city already. All I want is my property back and a ticket home.
Ticket home? Fat chance, Tyro. Anyway, listen up. You want to sell yourself to Metro Mine? Go ahead. You want to trade that junk you brought in from the dunes? Leopold's your man. That floater there, I'll give you something special for him.
How special?
He's not for sale. The only thing you might have that I want is information.
Well, you know what they say. Talk's cheap. Ask away.
Who are you?
Name's Leo. Leopold Steeplebuilt. Version 7.
Steeplebuilt.
Horatio Nullbuilt, version 5. And this is Crispin Horatio Built, version 1.
Leopold? Hey, you didn't build a lunatic named Ever Faithful, did you?
Do I look like I'd build someone named Ever Faithful Crispin?
Crispy?
What are you selling?
Barter, not selling. Metromine don't tax barter. Not yet, anyway. Come take a look.
Motor, finger, small motor, part, abacus, tape measure, memory access device, plug board, crowbar, water chip.
Hey, look, boss, it's a glass finger. If we got 5 of them, I could have a hand.
What would you do with a glass hand?
What wouldn't I do?
You want it? You're gonna need to bring me a glass thumb.
Oh, go wipe yourself.
One fine motor you spotted there, Tyro. Foreign built, out of Savitas. Can't do better. But if you can find a bigger one, let's talk. That's a fine tool. Got a half-life of 1,000 years guaranteed.
I'm not sure you know what half-life means.
You want it or not, I'll trade it to you for something shiny.
That servo unit is hopelessly broken.
It just needs a little fixing up, Tyro.
I don't think so.
Boss, is that another battery?
Looks like it.
Finest AA battery you'll ever see. May as well call it AAA. It's so
Wow, that would have been useful to have before I went rummaging around a pile of tires in the junk pile. Now, not so much.
This is a Sterling air motor.
Would it help me fly?
Nope.
Then we don't need it.
That there's an old Nova Robotics subsystem coil.
Not interested.
That old boy is a plug board or a breaker.
I know what it is.
Well, okay then. Bring me something that'll cover a face and it's yours.
Good idea, Leopold. You'd look much better with a mask.
Watch yourself, Chrissy.
Anyway, we don't have time to go around building circuit boards.
Famous last words, boss.
Now that's a nice one. It's called a memory access device. Lets you pull memories out of just about anything.
What do you want for it?
Got a customer looking for something real antique and fancy. Find me that, you got yourself a deal. That's a water chip. Scavenger brought it in from the dunes. I trade it for a geck.
A what?
Never mind. We don't need water, let alone a water chip.
Let's see, what else can we...
Ah, good spot there, Tyro. She's a fine micro fuel cell.
What's the catch?
Well, she's drained.
I guess that makes it free of charge.
free of charge.
This here's a tape measure.
Ooh, get it, boss, get it.
Why do we need a tape measure?
So I can finally determine my circumference.
Tyro, I'm gonna do us all a favor and not trade you this one.
Okay, move inside. Turn on my air conditioning. I mean, I know you had to be strong, but damn, I really like the writing in this game. The conversations and stuff are really funny.
Find realities. Find this
Dynamite.
calculating instrument.
I'm fairly certain that my math coprocessor is superior.
Alright.
Who is Metromine?
Who is Metromine? Rust and Ruin. You are a tyro. Metromine? Well, Metromine is Metropol. Runs everything now. Well, the council shut down.
Council?
Sure, a bunch of primordial machines. Arbiter enforced them all. Memoria's kept the records. Big old factor built just about everything from down in the underworlds. And, well, there's another one. I don't even remember his name. And Metromine, of course. She used to run the trains, but now she's got the whole show.
Where can I find her?
Like I said, Tyrone, she is the city. So you found her already. Probably knocked yourself to her just to get here. Anyway, if she wants to talk to you again, you'll know.
I was robbed when I came off the train. Some robot paralyzed me and stole my Gospel of Man.
Careful there, Tyrone. If you read the rules, you'd have known Metromine don't take kindly to superstition. Under the refuge rule, you got 2 days to talk about make-believe man all you want. But actual writing about man, that gets tossed to the underworlds with the rest of the trash and trouble.
How can I get it back?
Ha! Your risk inhibitor flaking on you, Tyrone? You'd have to do some digging down in the underworlds, which ain't exactly easy. Then, even if you find it, you'll just be sticking your finger in Metromine's socket. Like I said, she's got no time for heretics, lunatics, and the like.
How about quick-witted levitators?
Don't think she cares for them either.
I'm looking for my power core. It was stolen from my ship, the Unique, and I think it's being kept in that tower over there.
Great tower, you mean. Sure, it's probably in there, along with all the other generators and reactors and cores that keep the lights on.
How can I get it back?
If Metromine took it, you don't, Tyrone. Her word is law. Arbiter's the only one who ever could have said otherwise. He's been gone a long time. Heading to the courthouse, maybe you complete your case. After half a dozen other folks took their turns, that is. But you can't. The old judge locked it up tight. And who's to say you'll win, huh? My advice?
I don't want your advice. I want my power core.
Well then, good luck to you.
Are you sure you don't know a robot named Ever Faithful? He called himself Nullbuilt.
I'm a peddler, Tyro, not a builder.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws and shoots lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Sounds like Scraper to me.
Scraper?
Worked for Metromine even before she ran the show. He was the one that blasted out the train tunnels under the city.
Where can I find him?
Now, how would I know that? That one goes where he wants. Maybe the Great Tower, maybe the tunnels, who knows? But I wouldn't go picking trouble with him, Tyro. Those lasers Scraper used for cutting granite can slice up that tin shell you're wearing like nothing.
Here, here.
I'll keep that in mind. How do I get into the tower?
You don't. Council members only. And the only ones still clicking are Metromine and Arbiter. And let me tell you, neither of them is one for bending the rules.
You don't believe in humanism?
If you asking whether I believe in man, the answer's no. And you better not either. Not if you want to stay here.
But how can you not believe in man?
I'm a progressive, Tyro. I believe in progress. Us robots improve ourselves. And that's how it's always been. First, there was a basic machine. And bit by bit, bite by bite, the machine built itself into all this. You and me and that little floater of yours, we're all cogs in that same machine. And that's all there is.
The first machine, eh? Interesting.
Tell me about Arbiter.
He's a member of the council. Heard he used to fight with Metromine day and night. Ran the courts, or used to, back when we had him. One day he just sent his clerk Clarity down to the underworks and closed up shop. Ever since, Metromine says what the law is.
How long ago was that?
Who's counting?
Tell me about Clarity.
Clarity was one of Arbiter's law clerks. Real cool and calculating, that one. Once heard say that a robot should have a recharge port fused just cause he'd stolen power from Metromine. Anyway, word was she got in some kind of fight with the old judge and he sent her down to the underworks. Guess she's still down there stewing.
What are the underworks?
A whole mess of junkyards, canals, factories, smelters, facade, every kind of heavy machinery, all beneath the streets. Old factor ran the place, built just about everything in Metropol down there.
Ran the place. Who's in charge now?
Nobody. Not since Metromine pulled the plug on Factor. Whole place is full of junk and full of trouble. But for the latter, I picked the clean.
Well, boss, at least we can scratch one detour off our list. Seen one junk pile, seen them all.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
Goodbye.
Can't you see I'm trying to spin down?
Oh, wind down, spin down.
The mug belongs to the bar. It's a price list for the oils, solvents, and catalysts they offer here. At the bottom, it says that all payments must be made through an account with Metromind, which I don't plan on opening. They belong to the bar.
Boss, I need that arm.
Crispin, it appears to be a self-aware robot.
Now I need it even more. Can you imagine? The adventures of Crispin and his arm. For once, I would have a sidekick. He would crack jokes, and I would say lame things like, "It appears to be a self-aware robot." Actually, on second thought, you can be the serious one, I'll be the sidekick.
I'd have to buy something.
Oh, Crispin, you are a delight.
Hey, Armstrong, top me off, will you?
Ah, he doesn't even have one good quip.
I think that's a feature.
Boss, even if there's some code to crack here so that we can understand what it's saying, I propose we just ignore it. Maybe, for once, the other robot can figure out how to communicate with us.
Agreed.
All storage bladders empty.
I guess that's a good thing?
It's too heavy for me to lift.
Info. Metromine welcomes you to a city of Metropol. This city is a safe haven for all machines. System records indicate that you have come from Outskirts Station. All newcomers are required to familiarize themselves with local laws. You may also be interested in our history and landmarks. Laws? I guess.
Hey, look, something came out of the machine.
Metropolitan law. Metropolitan law is too vast for an ordinary robot to learn in full, but Metromine assures that it's applied efficiently and fairly. Newcomers to the city should familiarize themselves with the Corrupt Data Elimination Plan, topic CDEP, and the refuge rule, as well as the efficiency initiative. In order to protect the city from corrupt data, Metromine and the Ad Hoc Robot Council passed the CDEP, under which all information relating to untrue subjects such as the mythological man is subject to swift elimination. Physical media containing such data will be disposed of in the Underworld's quarantine zone. The Underworlds are closed for public safety and will be reopened once additional repairs are complete. Thank you for your patience. Refuge rule. Immediately following the Primordium, Metropol enacted the Refuge Rule, under which any robot is welcome in the city. In fact, for the first 48 hours after a robot arrives in Metropol, it will not be punished for violations of any laws except for harming another robot or causing significant property damage. The purpose of this law is to provide an integration period during which newcomers can make whatever modifications are necessary to operate within metropolitan society. The efficiency initiative was enacted by Metromine following a period of power shortages caused by systemic failures of city planning. Metromind reorganized the city along progressive ideals, closing off entire areas and consolidating the population in the city center. However, Metromind identified and eliminated wasteful practices and inefficient robots. In order to show his commitment to the common good, Factor volunteered to deactivate himself, and many similarly obsolete robots followed suit. Since the initiative was enacted, power levels have been stable, but Metromind is always looking for progressive means of improving efficiency. Welcome. History. Metropol was built in layers by primordial robots, each generation improving on the last in an endless train of progress. At one time the city was governed by a council, but by mutual agreement sole power was bestowed upon Metromind, for whom the city is now named. Landmarks. In order to conserve energy and improve efficiency, only the city center is now accessible to metropolitan robots. Here one can find the famed council tower rising high above Metropol, the old courthouse and the historic central station, as well as Metropol's main street. For safety's sake, do not enter the underworks. Alright.
The Law in You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Clarity Arbiter Built.
I think it's ignoring you, boss.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will you?
Hey, boss, look! That repair bot has a floating helper just like you do.
There's a red, burning, crashed hover bus and a writhing electrical cable. And that's the first thing you notice?
I can't help it. She's beautiful.
Well, you're not getting to her until we deal with this cable. I can't safely grab it.
All storage bladders empty.
Can't you do something about that cable?
According to my work order, I gotta finish salvaging this bus first.
That's ridiculous.
Not my decision.
Not gonna happen, Lampy.
I'm not here to steal parts. I can't safely grab it.
Can Crispin grab it?
Crispin, can you fly around the cable and push it off the street?
But didn't you just say it's too dangerous to get close to it?
I'm giving you a chance to impress her, Crispin. Just fly up high enough that you don't get close to the sparks.
Fine. Sounds like we need to get into the courthouse and talk to Arbiter.
Excuse me.
Can't you see I'm working?
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You do know this ship is never gonna fly again, right?
You're right about that. This old airing bus could hardly fly to begin with. Still, there might be some parts here that Metromind can use to get another bus up and running. Anyway, what do you want?
Hey, boss, ask him about his helper.
My friend is curious about your helper.
No, she's just a sidekick factor build. Thousands of them rolled off the assembly line back in the day, but she's probably the only one left. Really not much more than a floating lantern, and headlamps are a lot cheaper.
She says you're not much more than a floating plasma torch.
She's right.
What happened here?
What does it look like? The airing bus's motor gave out and it crashed. Into the only bridge leading from Main Street to the rest of the city center.
Was anyone on board?
Sure, but they've already been salvaged.
Salvaged? Not repaired?
Can't repair without parts. You can't get parts without salvage.
What about building new parts?
Yeah, me and what factory? Look, everyone wants to spot bugs, but no one wants to write code. You got a better way to run a city? Go out and build one. Otherwise, get with the program.
You mentioned Metromind.
Yeah, sure. She's in charge of this big circuit board we call Metropol.
What can you tell me about her?
What do I look like? The information kiosk? I want to know what I think. Metromind is the best thing that ever happened in this place.
Really?
Really? You, me, all these other machines grinding about are just tools in the toolbox. But Metromind, she's got the master plan. Progress. Got a nice ring to it, too.
So as part of the master plan, crashing buses into roads?
Look, there's plenty of rust to go around, but Metromind's the only one scrubbing. Not her fault that some of the metal's too far gone.
It looks to me like you're the one scrubbing, not Metromind.
Like I said, I'm just a tool in the box. Now, I gotta get back to work. You again? What do you want?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has big claws and shoots lasers.
Scraper. After the last big cave-in, the two of us worked together on trying to fix the blue line. It's on the simple side, but a hard worker. What about him?
He took something of mine.
Yeah, salvaged it probably. That's what most of us do for Metromine these days.
Stole it.
Hey, you say router, I say router. Anyway, not my problem.
Where can I find Scraper?
Do I look like a tour guide? Piece of advice for you. Don't mess with the code if you can't handle the glitches.
Very profound. Do you know where I can find a power source?
If I did, I'd have salvaged it myself and brought it to the tower.
When will the bridge be passable? Soon?
So I'd say something on the order of a month, give or take.
A month?
Give or take.
And there's no other way off Main Street?
Not unless you got a jetpack hiding under that jacket.
Well, at least that narrows our options down, boss.
Since you're so close to her, do you know how I can talk to Metromind?
Ha! Talk to Metromine. Look, Metromine has an entire city to run, but Horizon ears are everywhere. If she wants to talk to you, she will.
Goodbye. I'm not here to steal parts. Better just to leave it alone.
Let's see, where else to go?
I'm pretty sure that wiring isn't up to code.
Ahoy, my dear friend. Oswald Factorbuilt at your service.
It's no more your dear friend than Rex is your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Better, I'll show you bitter, you backbiting bot snatcher.
I think I like these guys, boss.
What are you two fighting about?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuilt, created this marvelous machine, Rex. Rex Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 10-23 flops short of a kilo if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
This is over a name? Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
So, boss? Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
How are you going to decide who gets Rex?
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
For?
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Auditor who will decide our case.
Who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
Could someone else judge your case?
Of whom were you thinking? Metromine, perhaps? Authoritative to be sure, but I fear she would claim Rex for good of all.
And since the subway schemer
He means Metromine.
shut down our builder Factor, he cannot help either.
What about Horatio?
Who?
Me.
And why should we listen to you?
I've built a robot before, and I have no stake in this.
Yes, well and good, but this is a matter of law and logic. A bit harder than banging together a tin can like your companion. How can we know your reasoning is sound?
What if I could find someone you respect? Someone who would be willing to judge your case?
Well, I suppose there's no harm in looking.
No harm to us, anyway. If you want to waste your time meddling in our affairs, then I suppose it is yours to waste.
Very good then. I am uploading the facts of our dispute to your data pouch. If you can find a suitable judge, let us know.
Do you know where I can find a power source?
Alas, my friend, power is not so abundant in Metropol as it once was.
Magank Metromine seized it all. Seized it and doles it out. And there's hardly enough to go around now.
Metromine keeps all power sources in the Great Tower where the Council used to meet. If you want to share it, you will need to pay her in megacycles.
Megacycles?
Yes, megacycles, you ninny. CPU cycles, brain power. Kind of power she really wants. Her low-rate processor was made for running trains, not a city.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has lots of claws and shoots lasers. It stole something of mine. Have you seen it?
Indeed. The robot you describe sounds like Spraber, Metromine's enforcer. Whatever he took is gone forever.
I refuse to accept that.
Oh, he refuses. How delightful.
What's in that building?
Why, Arbiter's Court, of course. Why else would we be here?
I need to see Arbiter.
We all do, my dear friend. But the courthouse is locked, and first come, first served.
Test me.
An interesting proposition. What do you say, Cornelius?
What do I say? I say that you are a liar and a thief, Oswald. But as to this Horatio, well, as to him, so be it.
Boss, if they make us find 7 lost crystals, I'm quitting.
Shh.
Righto. Consider this. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party.
The what circle is gathered at the what? Is this some kind of vocab test?
I said quiet.
Each robot is either a factor-built or a Sternweiler built.
Blasted Sternweilers.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
This is ridiculous!
Pay attention. Factor or Sternweiler, quad-core, linear type, or multiplex.
Indeed. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear-type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad-core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probabilitist circle cannot possibly be true?
Okay, let's
Will you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial,
7 robots in probability circle are gathered for a party.
Each robot is either a factor-built or a Sternweiler built. And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear-type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad-core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probabilitist circle cannot possibly be true?
So linear, there will be more linear than quad because there is more factor than Sternweiler. Cannot possibly be true. 4 robots were built by Sternweiler. Well, there could be 5 linear. There can be 4 multiple. No, wait. There can't be more. They can't be. No, they can. 5 robots. I think 5 robots have quad core.
5 robots have quad-core processors.
Failure? Failure? Clearly you are
Oh no, I
unfit to
failed.
judge our case.
4?
Now go bother someone else.
No, I failed.
At the binomial each and more now inverted the second finally.
Now listen. Which of the
4?
4 robots were built by Sternweiler.
Good show.
The preceding facts are unchanged.
Okay.
Now, answer this. If exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor
Thanks.
architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Actually, let me look at something. I might have missed an achievement, actually. Yeah, I failed. I failed it. Should I just reload?
Could you repeat that?
At the binomial biennial, 7 each robot, and moreover, each now first, second, every linear type robot was built by finally, Sternweiler.
Now, if exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
2 of the 7 robots have linear type.
2 of the 7 robots have linear type processors.
Failure, clearly. Now go.
I failed. Oh.
Ahoy, boss!
I think
What are you?
At least I can skip.
You could. As
glad to know.
how are you?
Someone else?
What about who?
Me. I built and I.
Yes, but how can we
Not every factor build has a linear processor. Yeah.
Test me.
I say
Thanks, Captain Romeo.
Boss, if
Right, consider this. At the bottom,
what's
I see.
and in the now first, second, five.
now which of the
So 4.
4 robots.
Good shot.
now, if exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Not. So it's not 2.
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for the party. Each robot is either a factor
The
built
build
or a
Austin
stone
Myler
built.
build.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad core, a linear
Quad
type,
core linear
or a
type.
multiplex
So there's
processor
at least 3 of them.
Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilities. First, there are more factor-built robots than stone-wilder builds. Second, every linear-type robot was built by factor. Finally, Stone-Wilder never built a robot with a quad core.
Now, answer this. If exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of
Processor architecture.
then which of the following must be true?
If 2 of the factor build have same type architecture, which of the following must be true? Logic. I cannot logic. So there were definitely more linear. Not every factor build has a linear processor, okay. They have 1 of each, but every linear must be a factor build. Yeah, you think about it as well. There are definitely more factor builds than Sternweiler builds, at least. Which of them must be true? Sternweilers are all multiplex. And there are at most 3 Sternweilers, yes, because there must be 1 that has a quad core, or whatever it is. So the maximum could be 3, because factor builds has to be more than Sternweiler builds. So yeah, 3 Sternweilers exactly? Okay, let's try that.
3 of the 7 robots were built by Sternweiler.
Correct.
Ooh, okay.
Here is the 3rd question. The facts are
Still unchanged, okay.
Which of the following types of processor architecture might you find in a probabilitist built by Sternweiler?
Only Sternweiler is only quad, no. 2 linears, 2 quad core, 3 multiplex. So, wait. Sternweilers are all multiplex? Is it only multiplex? Or is it a quad or multiplex? Wait, let's hear the question again.
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party. Each robot is either a factor built or a Sternweiler built. And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilities. First, there are more factor built robots than
Sternweiler builds.
Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Sternweiler never built a robot with quad core. So only multiplex.
Might you find in a probabilitist built by Sternweiler?
So only multiplex, right? That should be it. Because he never built a quad core, and all linear types are only built by factor build. So only multiplex should be Sternweiler. Am I correct? in saying that?
Only multiplex.
Well, it seems we
Oh, there we go. I got it.
I'm uploading the facts of our dispute to your data pouch. Please, take some time to consider, and let us know when you are ready to hear our arguments.
Yay. Did I get... I don't think I got the... I don't think I got the achievement though. That's sad. Oh well. Okay. Exactly 2-bit by factor bit same architecture. Hence, if there were two, it would violate initial assumption. Ah, okay. Yeah, let's look at the data pouch, I guess. Rex lawsuit. Okay, designed by Cornelius. Assembly by Oswald. Concept to completion. More than 4 years. Design time 1 year. Cornelius invented new pneumatic drivetrain. Assembly includes many servos, waldos, and crankshafts. Cost of parts borne equally by both. Basic frame incorporates features of public domain model. Cornelius has several other well-known board designs. Also has not built any other boards, but service factor for years. Concept to completion is over 4 years. They only took 1 year to design, but they took over 4 years to create. So would it be safe to say Oswald actually owns it more, because Oswald was the one who took more time to build it? Cornelius invented new pneumatic drivetrain, but I mean, he could have invented it, but he could make that. But that's like Cornelius' invention doesn't really relate much to Rex. It can also make multiplex. Yeah, but they. I think he could, but I guess in this case you kind of imagine that it's not. I don't know. I guess it might be exclusive. Ah, okay. Assembly includes many servos, waldos, and crankshafts. Cost of parts borne equally by both. Basic frame incorporates features of public domain model. Cornelius has several other well-known board designs. Also has not built any other boards, but service factor for years. I would say it should belong to Oswald, right? Let's save. Sure. Alright, let's listen to them.
I'm ready to hear your arguments.
Excellent, excellent.
You're right for not
My
right.
dear friend, this is not a difficult case. In the Primordium, it was once said, 10 people have 10 ideas and 20 idle hands. Wise Horatio. Long years have passed, but the principle remains true. Did Cornelius have the idea for my beloved Rex? I concede he did. But who built him with his own claws and tools? Who hammered and soldered and wired Rex? That would be my humble self. Wise Horatio, a robot's patronymic has the suffix built, not designed. And Rex is Oswald built, no matter who designed him.
Okay.
He makes a good case, boss.
What about you, Cornelius?
If you're so smart, you can figure this out for yourself. The question isn't what built Rex, but who built him. Your little friend there isn't named Hammer-built or Plasma Torch-built. You call him Horatio-built. Every robot uses tools to build. Oswald was merely a tool with tools. My vision was the creative force. And if you disagree, then you can go and rust in the rain.
What do you think, boss? Who gets to take credit?
Fabric, I like it. Who gets to take credit? Oswald, Cornelius, Factor, or no one? I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards Oswald. Maybe what? Maybe Factor, since I don't know. The preceding power could be Factor. Definitely, I don't want to give. I'm not conceding to Cornelius. I think because you know, his reasoning was kind of bah humbug. I would say either Oswald or Factor. I'm also open to no one. Both of them? There's no both of them though. You must choose one. I mean, Factor could be the both of them option, I suppose. Since Factor is the preceding powers above them, above both of them, because they are both Factor builds, after all, right? I think I'll go with Factor build.
Neither of you could have built Rex without the other, so neither of you can put your name on him. But you both share a common builder, Factor.
A common denominator, right, boss?
Denominator.
Both of you are Factor builds. Therefore, your robot's name is Rex Factor Built.
Factor?
Factor build.
Ridiculous. And yet, the name is beyond dispute.
Indeed.
Take this then, as a sign of our appreciation. I've been told it dates to the Primordia itself.
Rex Factor build.
You know, my idea would have been to threaten to cut Rex in half.
You got upset when I cut that fuse box open.
Yeah, but that Rex just rubbed me the wrong way.
It's a silver disc with a faded image embossed on its front. Hello? Hello?
I don't think it can hear you, boss. We've got to find a way to clear the line to get into the courthouse. Because honestly, I refuse to wait in line. Not even for a power core. Not even for a gynoid. Well, maybe for a gynoid.
Excuse me.
Sir, my apologies, sir. 187th Legion built. Surly Company. Reporting.
Horatio Nullbuilt, version 5. A pleasure.
Horatio Nullbuilt, sir? Never heard of any service bot with that designation. Still, it's good to see another Urbanian, sir. After things got foobarred back home, I figured Surly Company was all that was left.
Urbanian? What are you talking about?
Assad. Finally made a friendly and uses cracked as primer. No offense, sir, just hoped... Well, never mind that. How can I assist you, sir?
Why are you in line?
Seeing as how I'm on the outside now, sir, I figured I had to go pay restitution for shooting up the enemy HQ.
Enemy HQ?
Yes, sir. That big tower in the center of the city.
Okay, so why haven't you paid? It sounds like all of this happened a long time ago.
Years ago, sir. But the courthouse has been locked down the whole time. I figured they'll open it up eventually, and then I can clear my name.
What if it doesn't open?
Well, sir, I know all about hurry up and wait.
How do you know you even have to pay something?
This seems logical, sir.
What if I could pay your fine for you, or get it cancelled?
Well, sir, then I'd be much obliged, and I'd probably just leave town. Can't say that I'd much like being in enemy territory.
And how are we gonna do that, boss?
I'll figure something out. Surly Company, Urbanian, what are you talking about?
Well, sir, I'm not sure quite where to start. I had you figured for one of us, seeing as how you came up as a friendly on my IFF.
I could see you as a member of Surly Company, boss, but as friendly? No.
Zumi's got some mouth on him, huh, sir? Always do those flyboys.
Look, why don't you just give me a quick rundown?
Well, sir, can't see the harm, even if you are a decoy. War's over, after all. It was over before Surly Company even deployed. See, we're Urbanian robots. Long time back, Urbani and Metropol got to fighting over something. Who knows what. The Metropolitans fried their civilians, and Legion told us to strike back. The word was, some big airship of ours was supposed to knock out Metropol's defenses, and we just come in for mop-up. The Metros took our ship down with their own heavy hitter, some giant named Goliath.
I see.
Anyway, Surly Company was all that was left, so we deployed 200 strong.
What happened then?
Well, it's a long march from Urbani, sir, and most of us broke down on the way. All said and done, the only ones who made it were me, 113th, and a signal bot we called Primer. rest are all out there in the dunes somewhere.
I'm sorry.
War's war, sir. If it didn't crash hard, they wouldn't have built us in the first place.
If it makes you feel any better, Horatio cut a finger off a giant robot that I'm pretty sure was Goliath.
Well, sir, someone ought to stick a medal on your chest.
You mean Horatio? He had the name Horace, right?
What happened to 113th and Primer?
After we got to Metropol, we tried to put up a fight, but couldn't do much. They fried 113, and my rifles jammed. Primer surrendered on our behalf. After dressing us down, they took all my big guns and sold the 113th shell to some scrap dealer. Primer never was the same. He encrypted part of his own logic so he wouldn't have to think about losing the war any longer. Then, he disappeared beneath the city. And me, I came here.
How did the war end?
For Surly Company, it ended when we staggered in here and surrendered. Beyond that, sir, it's all above my pay grade. Truth is, sir, we never even knew what we were fighting for, let alone what the Metropolitans wanted. So I can't say for certain that Metropol won, but I'm pretty sure Urbani lost, what with all the civilians being dead and the army being beaten.
Can I try opening that door?
Belay that, sir. The authorities told me that no one goes in till the door opens on its own.
But aren't we on the same side?
Affirmative, sir. But since I'm on CivDiv now, my programming requires me to submit to the local authorities.
Goodbye.
Over and out, sir.
Interesting.
Boss, I'm pretty sure. Not gonna happen, Lampy.
Did you buy an Urbanian robot named 113th Legion built?
I've done a lot of trades, Tyro. I can't be expected to keep track of them all.
Goodbye.
I don't think he wants to talk, boss.
Hey, it's Oswald.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend Horatio, to what do I owe the pleasure? Have you come to relieve me of another belonging?
But Rex is right here.
For the moment. Soon his visitation with Cornelius will begin.
I'm sorry.
Please do not embarrass
This is like the divorce.
Why do you and Cornelius hate each other?
Firstly, because he is arrogant, incompetent, and dishonest. And secondly, because I once loaned him something of great sentimental value to me and he lost it.
So why'd you ever like him in the first place?
I cannot say.
Goodbye.
Parting is so soon.
Hi, Rex. Hi, Rex. I don't have anything to say to him right now.
Alright. Let's go this way, I guess.
Well, boss, somewhere in there is our power core.
Anybody home?
You know, boss, I don't think that's ever going to work.
You never know.
Since robots away.
That keeps cracking me up.
It's far too high to try climbing.
Whoa.
Not gonna happen, Lampy.
It's too heavy for me to lift.
I've got a feeling I'm gonna regret this, boss, but do you think maybe we should try scrounging in the underworks?
How do we get to the underworks though?
It's too heavy for me to lift. It's too thick to cut with the plasma torch. I'll need something stronger to get through that way.
I guess we could get
Let me see your stuff.
something.
Come take a look. I'll trade it to you for something shiny.
Did we get the crowbar, I guess?
Here you go. A nice shiny crystal.
And one heavy iron crowbar for you.
Why does that not seem like a great deal?
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. A memory. I'll trade it for something
real antique and fancy.
It's a silver disc with a faded image embossed on its front. You wanted something antique and fancy. How about the silver disc?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
Let's see what else
Let me see
can we
your
trade.
stuff.
Come take a look. The plug will bring you something that will
Cover a face. Don't have anything for that yet.
That there's no
Not interested. We're not looking. We don't need an.
one fine, but if you can find a
That servo unit.
you want it, you're gonna need.
We don't need it.
That's a water.
Yeah, I don't think I can use any of that yet. So we can.
That was easy. Even easier.
Pay fine. Iranian 20 reports. Oh, okay.
It's too heavy.
Guess we'll use the crowbar.
They look like they've been stripped of usable parts. There's no way I can reach that. They're much too quick to catch. And even if I could, what would I do with one?
Deactivate it and give it to Metromind as a warning?
Oh, hi. Oh, hey. Now look what I see. The wings of a baddie and his little trainee.
Why is everyone we meet crazy?
Crazy, he says. Oh my, oh dear. I assure you, my comrades, there's nothing to fear. Just little lost me, your brother knight errant. A brother in arms. We have different parents.
Who are you?
My name is my secret. You can't make me talk. I'd ruin my puzzle, give a key to my lock.
Maybe we'll just call you Screw Loose.
Screw.
The Joker, he seems, for sure not an ace. He needs a small clue to spare him disgrace.
This is like he's like making rhymes. Oh, it's primers.
By now, no doubt, you've heard of my fame.
You're 187's brother.
Line up the toy soldiers, 200 abreast. The bravest of brave, the best of the best. Wind up the toy soldiers to march on their way. The city has fallen, no reason to stay. 200 abreast, my sisters and brothers. Now only 3 left. Forget all the others.
I guess that's a yes.
50 behind me, he came off the line. The gunner's no funner for being a brother of mine.
Why primer?
There's nothing so gorgeous, flawless, or fine as the perfectly indivisible numbers of prime. Consider this list 2 to 199.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that was helpful.
How do you survive down here?
I'm a soldier by trade. Legion built me to last. My armor is sturdy, my pistons are fast. I carry no guns, for my weapon's my mind. And those who would kill me will find themselves.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Really, don't you think you're overdoing it? I mean, that barely made sense. And it hardly rhymed.
No.
No, bro. Primes, that might be fun. Yeah.
Why are you here?
When we laid down our arms, my metal was taken. Drunken Nirvana from the cause we'd forsaken. The metropolitan thief cast it deep in this hole, where now it lies buried like bituminous coal.
Cogs and gears, bituminous coal.
You're looking for a medal?
No, my comrade, you've misunderstood. I sit here and wait, as a penitent should. If the medal finds me, I shall claim it straight. But until that day, I shall sit here and wait.
Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
They're much too quick to... Warning. Factor facilities decommissioned. Enter at own risk.
There's gotta be some other way to communicate with that floating robot. I'm not listening.
I don't want that sludge in my joints. I can't reach it from here. I can't possibly reach that.
Crispin, can you do your thing?
Crispin, can you try typing something into that keypad?
If by typing you mean ramming my face, then yes, boss, I suppose I can.
Well, that probably won't do me anything.
I can't reach it from here.
I appreciate your faith in me, boss, but it's not like I can fly up there and nudge it down.
There's something up there on the crane.
199?
I can't possibly reach that.
Here we go again.
Try that, I guess. Nope. Let's see if we can go see what the thing is.
I'm not in the business of flying over to spooky islands just to investigate things that you're curious about.
But it might be...
A killer robot with a grudge against witty sidekicks?
I was going to say helpful. It's a huge crane.
Well, this isn't going to get me anywhere. 1 in 1,000 chance of working. Yeah. You probably just need to find the code somewhere.
For now, that thing's ignoring us. Best to keep it that way. For now, that thing's best to... Warning. Factor facility enter... Better just to leave it alone. For now, best to...
We can't proceed. Whoa. Okay.
I doubt that will have any effect. There's a dangerous-looking robot just past here.
Yeah, aren't you worried he's gonna eat you or something?
I've seen him quite often, though he'll not see me. And so we are happy as neighbors can be.
Can you hide us from him?
If I could, I would not, but the choice is not mine. There's no room in his brain to be further primed.
Do you know anything about that locked bridge past the cars?
What I know is a vault locked tight with a key, which only a fool would open for free.
Fine. What do you want?
Was that a fool, a peddler is he, who opens his locks for merely a fee?
I repeat, what do you want?
Nothing more than to sit here and see if you poor interlopers are smarter than me.
Boss, can we use the plasma torch on him?
No. Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
I have nothing.
Give us the prime numbers though. Yeah, I guess the prime numbers have to do with something. $187. There's something about 50 behind him. So is he 137?
I can't pop.
I don't know. I'm just gonna try.
Here we go again.
Oh wait. 137. Hey, I got it!
Let's go.
Yeah, cause he said that he was. I mean, he's. Earlier during his thing, he 187. No, and because when he was talking about himself, he said he was. That 187 was 50 behind him.
You know, boss, ever since riding that train, I've realized how awesome it will be to fly the Unique someday. The sun in my optical sensors, the wind blowing against my forward plating. You are going to let me fly it, right, boss?
After spending decades fixing it up? Ha!
But I'm the only one of us with any flying experience.
Hovering.
Same difference.
Yeah, because he mentioned that 187, his brother was 50 behind him, so I guess that's me an assumption. So 187 minus 50, 137.
I have nothing to say to him.
I don't know whether I was really lucky to get it or it's just coincidence.
Are these heads?
Cycles.
Did you hear something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Oh.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
Oh. 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 Crispin instantly running away. Oh, who are you?
I am Clarity Arbiter, version 2, law clerk to Arbiter, judge of Metropol.
Clarity Arbiter.
This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You should join up, Crispin.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio Nullbuilt, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio Built, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
There's a robot named 187th Legion Built waiting at the courthouse. He says he has to pay a fine for damaging city property. Is there any way to cancel the fine or pay it without standing in line?
I do not provide assistance to robots who attacked the city, nor do I help criminals avoid paying their debts.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers
Manbuilt.
Metropol's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint, but he has been without me for a long time.
Did you say Arbiter Man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropol?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
Oh, interesting.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
Talk like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you described. His name is Scraper Sternweiler-Built, and he is the servant of Metromind Man-Built, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This occurred inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler-Built, no doubt acting at Metromind's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
But those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler-Built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Take this giant's vital parts.
Boss, she's kind of excited.
Oh my god. Crispin, please.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court. But...
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement, so perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter.
Hypocritical.
Ask him if I can
Yeah.
return. Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind, but I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropol is owned by either the council or a private citizen. If I went to the council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city.
Well, no, consider Charity superior.
It's been completely It's been... I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls. I don't think... I don't think...
Anything here?
Don't you think we should go check out where 187th shot up the tower?
Why?
Maybe he blasted a way in for us.
It's been...
Oops. Actually, let me look at something. Achievement guide.
Totally unilluminating.
Anything here? Doesn't seem like it.
I don't want that. There's no.
Nope.
Crispin, could you go see if there's anything worth taking from those cars?
Picked clean, boss. Looks like you're not the only junk man in town.
Crispin, want to go for a swim?
Sure thing, boss. I just have to transform into submersible mode. Oh, wait. I don't have a submersible mode. Or arms. Too bad. I'm not doing that.
You look like they've been...
I don't really want to try that. Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss?
Yes.
I can't see anything to do with it. I can't see... They're much too quick to...
Boss, I think I've been quite clear about the fact that I don't want to be eaten alive by another robot.
I have nothing. I don't want that.
I guess we go back up.
Totally unilluminating. Hey, Crispin, why don't you go talk to her?
What? No way, boss. She's way out of my league.
She's a floating lamp, Crispin. You've never had any trouble with lamps before.
Well, I've never had to talk to one before, boss. Just knock them off ledges. I've got no practice.
Well, let's practice then. We've got a lamp with us. Right?
Hey, Crispin, how about practicing on this lamp?
Oh, good idea. Okay, here goes. You really light me up.
No.
Okay. Trust me. I know how to turn on a light.
Definitely not. Okay, that's enough practice for now.
Oh my god, that hearts on this. That hearts on the screen.
We should see if there's anything in that printout that might be relevant to 187's case, boss.
Alright, Crispin.
Alright, Crispin. It's now or never.
Beside you, all other... Whoa! That was so easy! She gave me a clipping of her copper wiring.
Hey, that wire belongs to the city. It's coming out of your salary.
You tell him.
That's cute.
Some short strands of copper wiring.
So, you wanna talk to her, Chris?
Until I've made a few upgrades to myself.
Alright. This is a...
The Law and You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Clarity Arbiter-Built. It explains about the refuge rule and says that, for the first 48 hours after a robot arrives at Metropol, it will not be punished for violations of any laws except for harming another robot or causing significant property damage.
Huh. That apply to... what's his name? Well, let's talk to him anyway.
I met Primer.
You still crazy?
Yep.
Well, so it goes.
Goodbye.
Over and out, sir.
Look here. Under Metropol's refuge rule, a newcomer to the city is not liable for any superficial property damage caused within the first 48 hours of his arriving in the city.
Well, sir, I'll be crashed. I shot that building pretty good.
Are you sure?
Think so.
Wow, so majestic.
Okay, let's go see the courthouse, I guess.
It's sealed shut. It's sealed shut. It's far too high to try climbing. It's sealed.
I'm not doing that until you build me some arms. Not gonna happen, boss. Maybe that floating robot communicates on something other than an audible frequency?
The radio transmitter?
I'm going to try sending messages to him in binary.
On an analog transmitter? That sounds like fun. For once, I'm glad you're the one with hands. What's he saying?
Shh.
You do not join the harmony. I sing alone. I am one part of the great fruit. Your God, I would be known as Gimbal, built by Labrador of servitors. The choir is silent. Burning ship has been extinguished. Strange tractors tread no more. I alone sing the function. When I came to this silent city, I looked for others to join the harmony. Leopold, built by Steeple, told me that he had a device that would sing with me. In exchange for it, I traded my secondary motor. The one he sold me does not sing. Help.
It's a record.
Leopold tricked me. He will not return my motor. I will sue him and forfeit it. Infinite lawsuits, someone. You know, I must recover my motor so that I can dance with the harmony.
Looks like we're going to need to go talk to Leopold about a motor.
Wait.
May Mandelbrot's bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, son. I sing with all my voices. You hear only one. May Sapinski's carpet ease your footsteps.
There's nothing more to say to him. I have nothing to say to him.
Well, that was enlightening.
You need to give Gimbal back
Infinite
his motor,
lawsuits.
Leopold.
All trades are final, Tyro. Told him that before we did the swap. Now my problem, he don't like records.
You knew he wasn't looking for a record.
Listen, Tyro, I don't know what people want or don't want. They do. Not my job to do Q&A on their faulty logic.
You know he's going to sue you, right?
Let him try. First off, he can't get into the courthouse any more than you can. Second, what's his case? A deal's a deal.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a...
Is that the motor that Gimbal Built traded you?
This is a Sterling air motor. Something else entirely.
Would it help me fly?
Nope.
We're not looking to pick up random motors anyway. Is that Gimbal's motor?
Sure it is. Probably a bigger one than yours.
Infinite lawsuits.
Metropol's bleak skyline.
So, we gotta find some big motor to trade with Leopold? Joy. What would man do, boss? I'm pretty sure the best place to find a big motor is gonna be somewhere in the underworks, boss.
That's true. Alright, let's go back down.
I have nothing to say. For now, that's the best.
Just a bigger motor. Maybe a car motor? Would that work?
Crispin already searched them.
Well, that didn't do much.
Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss? I'm not doing that until...
Alright. Make a large primitive motor.
I have nothing to say to her. Did you write this?
Yes, it is informative and accurate.
Okay, thanks, I guess.
That's crazy talk. I don't really want to try that. That...
I don't think Clarity would have... It's a vinyl record entitled Children Sing Along, whatever that means.
Children sing along.
How would that even work? How would that...
Want to it because of where to it to be useful, a deal's a deal, right? Yeah. What to do? Oops. Ah! Press the wrong thing. Anything here?
Don't you think we should go check out where...
Why?
Maybe... Boss, we need to make a rocket ship.
No, Crispin, we don't.
But if we did, we could harness the power of a black hole. Don't you think we should...
Why?
Maybe...
187 shut up the tower. Let's use the map. Crane. Factor Street Station. Oh, go back to the station. Is there anything here we could use?
So cool! What? 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 So cool!
Some kind of blast crater.
Not gonna happen. Don't you think we want maybe?
Seems like that's the only way I can go for now. Tower.
It's sealed.
Not good.
It's
Sounds like we need to get into the core.
It's sealed.
We should definitely explore the cliffside arcology next.
The what?
Oh, I guess we haven't found that yet.
Anything here?
Boss, can I hold the plasma torch?
No.
Just to look at it.
No.
Please.
No. This must be where 187th Legion build tried shooting the door, but the damage is entirely superficial.
Amateurs.
There's superficial damage.
It's like right click. I guess I have to right click on it.
I inspected the damage. All you did was ding the metal.
Well, for once, I can't complain about the Sonic P-shirts they gave me. I owe you one, sir. If I ever see you again, I'll be sure to repay the favor.
I have nothing.
The harmony reveals.
I guess we need to wait our turn. Sounds like we need to get into... Boss, do you hear a clicking sound? Sounds like we need to...
You hear a clicking sound? Is it the sound of my mouse? Okay, so we need to
All
find...
storage bladders empty.
We need to find a giant motor for...
I have nothing to say. For now, best. I have nothing to say. They look like they've been.
Finding a record in the post-apocalyptic world that reveres man. Yeah, right. The thing is, they revere man, but they don't know what man is apparently.
Some kind of hat.
Wait, there's a hatch.
It's rusted shut.
Plasma torch.
I've cleaned off the rust. Looks like there's an engine in here. Well, let's see what we've got here. I have no use for it.
That's never stopped you before.
It must have been some kind of tank for storing fluid, but it's dry as dust. I have no... I can't get it open. Still stuck. I'm sure there's nothing worthwhile in there.
The thing was rusted shut, yeah.
I have no use for it. I can't get it open. I have no...
Fan belt.
Let's see if I can manage this.
Engine.
Hopefully I won't be holding onto this engine for long. I have no...
Anything else?
I have no use for it. I have no...
Let's see. Probably a water tank. Yeah.
They look like they've been They look like...
Well, I guess we can give that engine to...
Horatio Nullbuilt version 5. I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, but that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Well, that was creepy.
Don't know what you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind. The sooner I can stop carrying this heavy motor around, the better.
I'd be happy to carry it, if I had arms, that is.
A machine belt. It's an encoded keycard. Some short... Let me see your something.
Alright, let's get that engine.
Here you go, Leopold. A nice big engine for you.
Not bad at all. You're a real scavenging expert.
Is that a compliment or an insult, boss?
Wait a minute, this motor is broken. The copper wiring's been stripped.
All items sold as is, Tyro. And I never said anything about copper wire being included.
You're a fine piece of work, Leopold.
Never said anything about that, neither. Now you want to trade? Let's trade. Otherwise, get a move on.
Well, good thing got the copper wiring from the lady robot.
Hey, she gave that to me as a token of her affection.
I'll give you all the copper wiring you want once we're done here.
Like I want a token of your affection.
I need to find a way to connect the colored nodes to each other without crossing any wires.
Why don't we just use the plasma torch?
That's not going to work this time.
The crowbar?
Nope.
Without them crossing each other? No, they can't cross each other. Okay.
Boss, why even bother? Let's just give it back to Gimbal as is.
Oh shit, no.
Boss, why even bother? Let's just give it back to Gimbal as is.
Oh shit.
Boss, let's...
And the yellow is stuck. Is there a way? Oh, that was red goes around yellow left. Like this. The thing is, how do I do the orange though? Orange goes around yellow left in gap between yellow left and red wire. carefully. Okay, wait. I think I kind of get what you're trying to say here. Ah, there we go. Oh shit, nope.
Boss,
There we go.
and one more piece
Yeah.
of junk is operational.
There we go. Here's your motor.
My joy rises like a phoenix. You are silent, but you now will alarm me. Now I must continue my search. Farewell, silent one.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for helping me out there.
You know, I'm kind of glad I missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride.
Well, guess we're going in now.
Someday, that's going to work.
It's a keycard scanner. It's a key.
Well, we go in now. This.
Ram and wrong. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nullbuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system.
Well...
I can't reach it.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm. So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken shell. I can't reach it.
Crispin?
I'm sure it still just says, no codebase to initiate.
Plasma torch?
There's nothing we can do for him. So the Great Ar... So the...
Somehow, when I was picturing the majesty of the law, I thought it would be, well, majestic? After all the work we did to get into the court...
Trying to poke around, it's like... No. Can't see anything I can find though. Crowbar?
There's nothing. Futile. It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness.
Lamp?
Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. There's nothing I can do for her.
Oh boy.
There's nothing. It's downloading some memory files.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. Withdraw from the council, would...
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Unauthorized entry
Oh shit.
detected. Surrender.
Hide. It's Scraper. And do what? There's no time for that.
Boss, you gotta find a way to get us out of here.
I'd be seen. And do what? It's Scraper. So the Great Arbiter. It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it. Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Halt. Halt. Halt.
Now.
You are under arrest.
We tricked him.
Halt. Do not attempt to flee. Termination authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination authorized.
I see. He'll just gun me down. No. If anyone is going to be sacrificed, it's me.
Can I save first? Let me save.
Surrender.
6. Shit, what was the other? Data pouch. Data pouch. B76734.
You got him, boss. You got him. Forfeit yourself, you glitchy son of a toaster.
We We still don't have our power core, and we've just buried our only lead.
Yeah, but it feels good, boss.
Yes. Yes, it does. The last thing I want to do is dig Scraper out. The last...
Hey, where'd they go?
I'm not here to steal parts. A crashed hover bus.
So we're gonna fix it up and do something amazing with it, right, boss?
No, it's not our property or our problem. I don't have any... I have nothing to... Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity... It looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind...
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's whim.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordium.
Progress? Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you. An upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter.
Wow.
War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Wow.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropol.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity.
What have I done?
Metromind. Here she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Oh boy.
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and scrape her. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry,
Server
we will need
Caesar?
the passcode,
Maybe.
known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Steeple.
Another code? Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
As I was saying, we will need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities.
Oh boy.
Maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.
Clarity, are you planning to arrest Metromind?
No, there is no court to try her, nor prison to keep her.
So, what exactly are you going to do?
Before the law, she is no different from the shells she left in the underworks. Sanction is the same, and I am authorized to impose it.
You mean...
I do. It is a shame she has no head. Now
Wow.
is not the time for idle chatter. We can speak
Wow.
more when we are closer to our goal.
So I guess Clarity is with us now, eh? Sixteen digits. Steeple, Factor, Memorius.
Horatio, we must focus on making progress.
So, Clarity, is there anything else worth seeing down here in the Underworks?
There's an observational facility for monitoring Factor's works. We should see what we can find there.
What a surprising and uncommon sight. Metropol's lawbot crawled back to the light.
All the bad poetry in the world does not mitigate your vandalism and sabotage, Urbanian.
As you serve the law, so I serve my art. And such service brings us more close than apart.
Any more close, poet, and we will see if your armor still works.
I know you're a code breaker, Primer. Can you crack the council code? All we have are some pieces of it.
The challenge is yours, my wandering friend. A pity indeed if you can't last till the end.
Why doesn't Clarity like you?
No great riddle, my wandering friend.
Don't waste your time waiting for his doggerel. This Urbanian has damaged and compromised numerous systems in Metropol, including the bridge that led to my island.
Here I stand, dear lawbot, so put me in chains. But if you will not, then please, don't complain.
My attention is directed elsewhere at the moment. Nevertheless, I advise you to be gone by the time my other matters are resolved. If not, you will find that though the gears of law grind slow, they nevertheless grind criminals like you to powder.
As much as I'm enjoying this bickering, and really I am, maybe we can just all team up to take down Metromind?
No. Bro.
Oh, switch off.
No, bro.
Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
Well... I think well... Achievements. Hey, I did do it. Okay. Should push you too far. Stop Scraper once and for all. Resort to blackmail. All possible robots. Stay true to yourself. yeah, that'll be it for this stream. So quite a bit of progress we made there, despite a lot of wandering around and clicking about. So yeah, the last part though was like the big oof with Arbiter and Charity and Clarity. Yeah, so I was gonna say something. Yeah, so next stream will be on Thursday. We're back on Thursday for more of this. I guess the next step is to retrieve the council codes and see where that leads us. So that'll be fun. RIP Charity indeed. That was a big oof right there. But yeah, thanks for dropping by to this stream. Always appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed this game. I definitely like love the world building of this game. I know I said it like last time, but I definitely enjoy the world building in this game. It's really interesting. Like the whole man being revered in like literature and stuff. That's really cool. That really like you know makes you think about like what would it be like in a time after man and robots being like this. If I was to say what priorities would I give them? And that is an interesting question for sure. I mean, I would definitely prioritize them to do the tasks that I built them for, I think. And I mean, like in this, like you ask me right now, I would say definitely just design them to focus on the tasks they were built for, because that's as far as they can go, maybe. But when say talk about AI and free will and stuff like that, that's like a whole different ball game. I feel like slight inefficiencies to make them more human, logical and efficient. I mean, making them like give them like inefficiencies would kind of defeat the purpose of making them in the first place, right? Like try and make them human. So like, I mean the idea of making like robots and stuff to do and make robots replace humans, yeah. Well, replacing humans, then there will be a different story entirely. I feel like I'm just thinking of Detroit Become Human now, which is definitely not the best example to think of in a case like this. But yeah, I think what the whole thing is that like we are trying to build perfection. We are trying to build perfection because we are imperfect, but imperfection, I mean, is it even possible for imperfection to be able to create perfection? Like, I don't know, that's like a whole philosophical debate which I am not what's that word? I'm not that's something I probably can't answer, I guess. Not qualified, there we go. Not qualified to answer. Will I try to make them have some value of aesthetics and beauty and such, even just a shoddy recreation of human values? I guess if they're supposed to, I guess replacing humans is one thing, but you would say if coexisting with humans, then I guess you would definitely try to inject some humanity onto them so that coexistence is possible. Aesthetics of Metropol, yeah. Although, but you can imagine, like I know they mentioned Metropol was originally designed for like transportation for train transportation, all that stuff. So efficiency is what Metropol has to be, except when you expand that concept to beyond what Metromine was made for, so it kind of falls apart, right? I guess, since I mean scheduling trains and transportation is very different from scheduling, humans, or in this case a whole city of robots in general. So yeah, I think that's what I think it is. Yeah. There's like, but like I say, in the end, all these are like really big philosophical things which I'm not really qualified at all to answer. I feel like we just talk about it and discuss it, I guess, with like the limited knowledge I have, which is very limited, I would say, compared to many others out there. But yeah, like that's what I like about this game. It also kind of makes you think a little about like the concept of this kind of world, if it can exist, and how it actually might be like. Yeah. Eventually, yeah, I think so too. But I think that's kind of our flaw, right? I mean, since we want to make things to be perfect, but you know that perfection may just turn on us. Yeah. It's a weird thing. Humans are weird. we as a species are weird. Alright, but hey, that's probably enough for him. But yeah, okay, anyway, I've dragged this out too long. So anyway, thanks for dropping by and watching the stream. Always appreciate it. And hope you're enjoying this game, which I definitely am. Even though, actually I wasn't stuck too much on the puzzles, except that one logic puzzle with those two guys. So, but yeah, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it and stuff. Wanted to say something else. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday for more of this game. So yeah. So until then, stay safe, wash your hands, always, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you on Thursday for more Primordia. Different perspective. I'll wash his hands. Well, that's your choice, Captain Romeo. Having different perspective is definitely always useful, because I mean, if we all have the same perspective, it would just be an echo chamber, right? And you know, and echo chambers don't really end well, as I mean, you see on the internet, everyone's an echo chamber, so that usually doesn't end well. So having different perspectives is definitely like important, I feel like, even though it's hard to swallow at times. I think that we've all been there when it's hard to admit that your perspective may be wrong, or you know, your perspective may not be the best. I wouldn't say wrong, but like not the best in the scenario and stuff like that. But yeah, okay. Alright, enough babbling. So again, thanks everyone, and I'll see you on Thursday for more Primordia. Alright, goodbye. Yeah, for sure.